Om Namah Shivaya. I am Professor rudramohapatra, an astrologer and astro researcher from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, India. Today, let us discuss about astrology and spirituality. And before that, let me also explain about the other guidelines I normally say. The purpose of making videos to promote astro research. I wrote more than 50 research papers with my meager experience in various leading English journals of India. I found there not many people are reading that. It is popular among the astrologers forum. It is not many of them also not available in the wheeler shop. For your example, it is Boston shop. Some Tom, Dick, Harry. In our case, we say Hari, Ram, Sam. Hari, Ram, and Sam. It is not open. So I am making these videos where you can also listen to me on astrology. Videos are long, little bit deeper also, but not at all dark. Like Robert Frost, the American poet, used to say, the woods are long, dark, and deep. Here it is not like that. Poem is road not taken. Videos are not pre-planned so that deviations are obvious. Though wherever any national seminars I go, I always go with PowerPoints. But here I am saying so that let the thoughts come and we will do more strict videos, maybe later on, or may have some live session for that. Anyway, so similar things whenever you are applying the principles of astrology to any field of life, to any dimension of life, you must know that dimension first. Like I was saying in my earlier video on sports astrology, that you must know the sports physiology and anatomy before applying the planetary significations to them. Similarly, so you must know spirituality. In our culture, it is really a misery that now these gurus are coming up to explain Shiva, the new generation about spirituality. No, in our culture, spirituality is assumed, it is intrinsic. This is the country of Buddha, Gautama the Buddha. This is the country of Mira the devotee. This is the country of eternal love of Radha and Krishna. We have all kinds of paths we have seen in this culture, but still we need somebody else who will say you about spirituality. It's really a misery of the current generations who are investing maximum time in their daily life in mobile, in other things. Let not get into that. But This is now the situation has arrived. The Brahma and Brahma concept in Sanatana is obvious. The sloka I used to say of sloka of Adi Sankara, another devotee, another siddha. श्लोकार्धन प्रवक्ष्यामि जगतस्य ग्रंथकोटिभिः ब्रह्मन् सत्य जगदमिथ्या जीव ब्रह्मैव नापरः ब्रह्म एव नापरः. Shankar is saying the crux of all the scriptures in this world in half of the couplet. Slokardhana in one line. He's saying what he's saying? He's saying Brahman Satya Jagad Mithya Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. The cosmic energy, the Brahma, the Param and here it is saying Brahma. Something thriving inside you, you can call it your soul or your energy, whatever. They are not separate. They're the same. Having said that, the longing of the soul to meet with the cosmos is the basic underlying principle of spirituality. Okay? He is a spiritual seeker. What does he seek or what does she seek? I may drag to gender disparity, people will come. So he or she, whomever, because my Guru Sadguru always says that you take he and she both in it. What he or she is seeking, something which is thriving inside him or her, how the connection to the ultimate Shiva. I have Shiva chronic asthma from last more than 20 years. I'm under medication. So that this kind of throat infection, please do not, please bear it with me. Okay. So that is spirituality. Brahmachari, sannyasa, what they want is that. There are many dimensions, there are many additions, there are many know, distraction to this also, but basically this is spirituality. Hmm? Now, sir, if everybody will become spiritual, how this will work? Why everybody will become yogi or somebody can stay in the samsara also become the spiritual? All the propositions are true. I'm not talking you the spirituality here. I am saying that can your planet say that whether you will become one yogi, a sannyasi, or even a karma sannyasi, staying in the worldly life, you are seeking the God, seeking the Almighty, whatever name you can give to it. So, what are those conditions? First propositions I said, what is spirituality? Jiva Brahmaiva Naparaha. So, it is the throbbing to connect with that ultimate energy. And the next is liberation, nirvana, which is the main proposition of Buddhism. I'm not saying in particular those Vajrayana Buddhism and other that much latest derivation, but primarily, if you read the Tripitaka scripture, you will find it. So, how? The other proposition is Somebody has got less attachment for this world. I am repeating. Somebody has got less attachment from this world. This world means this materialistic world. Spirituality is quite obvious, not always, but quite obvious. That is why sannyasa yogi, those who are unmarried, you can also take my example being single now. Your scope for spirituality increases. So these are the two propositions you must remember before going to the chart analysis. So detachment and attachment, detachment to the materialistic world, attachment to the cosmic energy, spirituality. How you will attain that, how you will do that, different things, whether you will able to attain that, whether you will start that step or not, that can be said. If I remember, probably yes, 1 year back I had one publication in Planets and Forecast, namely Sannyasa Yoga or Prabhajya Yoga. There you will find that what I have written, I have analyzed the chart of Osho. I am saying this not for my marketing or not for self elevation. I am saying it that I have done some research means I have some authenticity to say on that. So more than four planets combinations is basically Prabhajya Yoga. So among that planets, Mars is very strong. That person will go for this orange colored dress. Venus is very strong. That person will go for this white dress. Yes, that's I have given you the example of Acharya Rajneesh, Satya Sai Baba. But those who are only the yogis, they are into spirituality, other are not. The other form is the karma sannyasi. Those who say that's whatever I get in this life, I am okay. I always try how I can get that cosmic touch. And they're actually the detached guys. So that combination you see from the chart. The planet, not a planet actually astronomically, but Ketu gives you detachment. Yes, Ketu gives you detachment. People say it is moksha karaka, other things. Over exaggeration. Yes, it is, but the first thing which is definitely Ketu is for is detachment. Okay. So Lagnesha Lagna Ketu connection, that person is detached to this materialistic world. Contrary, Rahu connection, completely attached to the materialistic world. Clear? That is why Rahu and Ketu are always opposite. The only connotations common among them is they are considered as malefic. Rahu is falsehood, Ketu is not. Good book is Uttara Kalamrita. You can see the signification of Rahu and Ketu. Uttara Kalamrita, if you read carefully, there you will also see the over allotment of significations to the planet. Yes, I will not overlapping. Like Velar is for Sun and Velar is for Mars. So what kind of Velar? Kalidas is saying Velar that Subhash Chandra Bose deserves is Sun's Velar. Velar that any guy is getting Paramvir Chakra posthumously is Mars Velar. So Kalidas has very, you know, carefully written those terms. We have to find out. But anyway, that is the best book I will suggest to know the planet significations and the house significations also. But till that, Bhavat Ratnakar is also a good book to know the house signification. I always give you these references for not any kind of marketing, rather to acquaint you with the reading habit if you are into astrology. So that is Ketu. So Ketu gives you detachment. Again, you see the Lagna Lord is with Venus. Say at the Lagna Ketu is posited. Lagnas is with Venus. Struggling, struggle detachment. Hmm? This is where things happens. I always uttered Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So Ace is now becoming so pertinent to me. I just Ace. Many places where even Ace is not necessary, it is coming. So it happens to many things, yes. So Ketu, thing you first see, and you also see Lagna is not also with some materialistic planet. Say it is Venus, say it is Rahu. Lagna is not getting, Lagneus is not getting connected to Rahu in Navamsa also, any form. Forget about the Prabhajya Yoga written in the classics. Just check these things. The house that will make you a successful spiritual practitioner is eighth house. You know that. So whether you will become successful in that or unsuccessful, what is success in spirituality? Nothing. To being spirituality itself is a great success. Yes. That means if eighth lord is getting some connection with the Lagna lord, that is also the second proposition for the spirituality. 12th lord is getting associated, you can add pilgrimage to that. If 8th lord, you will stay in a cave and do sadhana. It is yogic. 12th lord, pilgrimage. It is Vedic. So Jupiter and 12th lord, good. A combination. Dharma. Ketu and 8th lord, Adhyatma. If you see the Karaka of 8th, so far as this esoteric astrology is concerned, Ketu. Normally we talk Saturn, Ayukaraka. Whether you will get liberated or not, different things. You also have to see the 12th house, the strength of 8th lord. 6, 8, 12. Mokshakaraka. But I'm not saying about liberation here. You have, suppose you have started your spiritual journey in this life. Let's continue for one or two more lives so that you can spread your messages. Then you can leave this body. Use the body to do something, then get liberated. So liberation I'm not taking. Whether you will be into spirituality or not. Detachment from the materialistic world. Number one, how you test Ketu, Lagna, then Venus, other things. Venus Ketu combination, that's why not good. Very confusing. And yours attachment to the cosmic. Attachment to the cosmic comes from the eighth lord. It is responsible for that. Your Siddhi. How much you will able to, yes, for Siddhi, how much you will able to progress in that direction. Ketu is there. Eighth Lord, eighth house, no connection. Eighth Lord, eighth house, no connection with Lagna, Lagnes. Weak also. Well, you will say it is good. Yes, normally it is good. That person will have less chronic diseases, less travel. Hmm. But so far as the spiritual astrology, if I liberally I can use this term, not good. You will struggle. Sir, I want to get into spiritual life, but I am not succeeding. That person will be detached. The wife will complain, sir, he is detached, he is very simple, he does not know how to manage this worldly life, but not spiritual. So detachment necessarily leads towards spirituality? No. But it is a very good scope. Sooner or later, it is the only driving force towards spirituality. But if eighth house connection is very, very less, then we can say no. I say I don't come prepared from my videos. Though whenever I go for a speech, I always prepare a PowerPoint with me. You can find those PowerPoint presentation in my website also. Those who recorded ones, not all. Anyway, so I'm taking time to say you things which I want to say. I mean, it's just coming to my mind, so that I'm saying. So Ketu Moksha Karaka, Ketu Moksha Karaka, Ketu Moksha Karaka. No, see these Moksha houses, at least 8th and 12th. Ketu is detachment, yes. Agreed. Agreed. Ketu in the Lagna. And Ketu can make you a criminal, can make you a criminal. So in our culture, Dasyu Ratnakar, Balmiki, Ketu, maybe. I don't have the horoscope, but it is a clear case of Ketu. Detachment. Ketu will keep you away. You will do something, it will keep you away from your. I don't have interest for that. I don't have interest for this. But excessive aggression too, because Ketu is the subtle energy of Mars. It is. That is why we have the example of Durvasa too. Yes, Ketu driven, you can say. I'm not hampering any kind of religious or emotional sentiment of any listener. I'm just creating propositions. So, if only one planet that can give you Ketu is no. Other planet for getting into spirituality is little bit I am shifting my principle from Parasari to Jaimini, where I am actually not very strong. You can say not at all strong at Jaimini. But till one concept I like there very much is Atma Karaka. The planet that stands for you. You here, I mean to say you something which is not your body. Body is your lagna. Mind is your Chandra lagna. So, sir, shall we say Surya lagna as our soul? You can. Sun are the significator of soul. So, that planet that represents your soul. If the Atmakaraka planet is exalted, if the Atmakaraka planet is the last Navamsa of any Rasi, that means 27, 40 to 30. 28 degree, 29 degree. That opens a very good scope for spirituality. Liberation from this life, not a, again we have to see the 12th house and 6th house, but very good scope for spirituality. Because you are done with the job of your soul. That's what it indicates. Exalted. I told you earlier, planets are nothing but the indications of your karma. Planets, those are retrograde, indicating what? Astronomically, if a planet is getting nearer to Earth, it appears to be retrograde, so we call it retrograde. But practically, it is nearer to Earth. I mean, sorry, nearest to the Earth. That is the point when retrogression is calculated astronomically. So it has the maximum impact on us. Astronomically, it is saying. Retrograde means what? That planet is crying and saying you, please work upon me so that in the next lifetime I will be okay. Saturn retrograde, please work in this life. Please put industry, avoid laziness. Jupiter retrograde, please go for reading. Yes, writing, other things. That planets will give the significations also basing on that. But it is saying that please work on this karma to get liberation. More retrograde planets are anti-liberation, yes. So see for the retrogression. There should not be retrograde or debilitated planet. Debilitated planet means you have to start that karma and complete that. In this lifetime, suppose a planet is debilitated, if you work on it, next lifetime it may move to its own sign. Next lifetime it may go to its Mula Trikona. Next it may get debilitated. So debilitated planet, anti-liberation, yes. So when you see about liberation, you have to think about these things. Moksha, not that easy. The Bhagavad Gita, as I am not at all good at Sanskrit, and I feel sorry to say that also. Chapter 4, Sloka 16, if I remember correctly, is saying that even the rishis in our culture not able to find out what is karma, what is not karma. Karma, akarma, they're not able to distinguish. I mean, not akarma, bikarma, that kind of thing. What is karma and what is not karma? If I am correct, but it is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, sloka 60. It is saying that whatever we are doing is karma. The Bhagavad Gita is saying us that whatever we are doing, the way I am looking at you, is karma. So very difficult to get liberated. So these are the planetary combinations. But Ketu is against spirituality. Now you see which kind of spiritual path you should go for, or you will go for anyway, but you have to see from your chart. Same Ketu in the 8th house will take you in the yogic path. Will say tantric, yes, to some extent. Same Ketu in the 12th house, it will take you through the Vedic path, like you will visit many places, you will try to learn many things from the Guru, and that kind of things. But here, Ketu is making you, yes, only thing is that I will sit in a place and do tapasya. Tapa, Ketu. In the 8th, not in 12th. Lagnes with Ketu, very good combination for spirituality. Lagnes with Ketu in the 7th house, after marriage, when that house will get activated, that person will become spiritual. I am saying these combinations in a rudimentary form. Please check the conditions apply. For example, these are the planetary combinations I am saying. What if the 7th lord is very, very strong? You will not allow that person. So, Atmakaraka is a good enabler for spirituality where the retrograde planets are not, or debilitated planets are not. Prabhupada Yoga is saying something different. All the planets in one house. If some planet is debilitated, nothing is mentioned that all should be exalted. No. Planetary combination should be there, whether they are in conjunction or whether they are into planetary war, like that. Remember, if the conjunction happens, uh, one Navamsa, suppose Sun is in 15 degree, okay, from Sun to 18 degree 30, one planet is there. Or no, you don't think that. So Sun is in 15 degree, so it is in the fifth Navamsa. Okay, so in the sixth Navamsa, Mars is there. In the seventh Navamsa, Mercury is there. In the eighth Navamsa, Venus is there. Now, is it possible practically? No, Venus will not be there. Say it is Saturn is there. Hmm? So in Navamsa, it will become a Grahamalika Yoga, not it. Hmm? It will become a Grahamalika Yoga. Same things you can apply to the so-called Kala Sarpa Dosa. Planets clumped up in one house is bad. If they are in sequential form, they are giving a Mala Yoga in your Grahamalika Yoga in the Navamsa. As I have praised the Grahamalika Yoga, let me tell you, Bhavartha Ratnakara in the Grahamalika Yoga, B.V. Raman's translation I am saying, Grahamalika Yoga is possible or it must start like Saptamalika Yoga. How can it be Panchamalika? Panchamalika Yoga indicates what? If all the planets are posited in one order or one after one, from 1 to 5 house, then it is Panchagrahamalika Yoga. Impossible. Raman is saying there also how it Ramanujan has written that. Ramanuja Acharya has written that. And this Ramanuja Acharya is the Daitya Vedantist. So he does not know. Not possible practically. Hmm? It is 1 to 7 at least because Rahu Ketu axis. Anyway, so you do more research on it, how Panchamalika Yoga is possible, but it is practically impossible. If the planets cannot be clumped up in 1 to 5th house. For Rahu Ketu axis to be created, 1 to 7 house we need. So in one horoscope, only 50% can be empty. The Grahamalika Yoga can be created like Saptamalika, fine. Ashtamalika, fine. But Panchamalika not possible. Anyway, I sometimes say about these books also because classics. So this is all about spirituality. So spirituality is necessary, not necessary, whether you will be successful, not, you can see from this. Yes, necessary, not unnecessary. I am not a spiritual guru to say you all those things, but I will quote my guru, Sadguru's words that be spiritual but involved, be detached but involved. Like in our culture, Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, though the only scripture I have read list is the Bhagavad Gita, I suggest you please read the Upanishads first before coming to the Bhagavad Gita. That is the fruit of all the scriptures. But you have all the life with you. Why are you coming to the fruit so fast? Please read the Upanishads. They are very pleasurable reading. Vedas, I will not suggest. I will not suggest. If you want, certainly. Mostly about the mantras, the practices, the Vedic practices. Not pleasurable reading, but those very professional reading. If you want, you can go through that. But the Upanishads. Radhakrishnan has written on it. Sri Aurobindo has written on it. Kena Upanishad, Isha Upanishad. The Bhakti Vedanta Trust has got very good study on Swami Abhedananda, or I don't remember, 4 volumes on Upanishads or any book per se. Please start with the Upanishads. After finishing the Upanishads, please come to the Bhagavad Gita, or else you will not able to understand many things. The passage of soul, other things, no. You will be confused. What Lord Krishna is saying to the Partha, the Arjuna, how can he is not my Pitamaha? How can he is not my Guru, Dronacharya? Yes. If you read Upanishads, you will not question. Before the Vishwarupa Darshan, you can understand what Krishna is saying. So that is why in our culture we have got all these scriptures ready, for, but and available in very less price. But you will not read, but you will ask only absurd question. Is God there? Have you seen God? Have you ever tried to see it? No, sir, I have not. So why are you questioning? Questioning anything is very good, but the second step is just ponder into it. But question it, yes, very good, logical. Ponder into it. Are those planets have impact on us? No. See, you did not do any research, you just read the conclusion. No. How come? This is the mistake. I always scold my pupils or my colleagues also. They do not do this. If you are asking some question, make it as your research question, conduct significant research, give your time, spend your money, then come back to conclusion. Or else just say, I do not know. You are not here to know everything. What may be there? I do not know. If you are not a person like me, I have spent a lot of money and time in search and stayed ashrams, did practices. Then, yes, of course, God, energy, everything is there. Only thing is that you need that kind of eyes to see. You need that kind of experiences to activate your indriyas, to activate your chakras and deactivate your indriyas to know. Anyway, idea is to say that the Bhagavad Gita is before that Upanishads. So what Krishna is saying to you, Arjuna, you can understand. So I was citing that karma things, yes. So it cannot be, uh, karma cannot be segregated from the soul. They're quietly intertwined. So Atmakaraka exalted and highest degree is a very good indication of your loosening of the entertaining karma and your soul combination for spirituality. So who's the planets combination that is creating a good scope for spirituality? The yoga is mentioned in our classics and the planets and combination Shiva. Those are anti-spiritual in nature. Now you are very clear. Okay. So do not always think that Ketu, yes, we say Ketu the Moksha Karaka, but no, these are the conditions apply. See the other conditions, this 8th house, 12th house, precisely. If even 6 is included in the Moksha Karaka, but look at the Atma Karaka. Mhm. So, and look at the planets which are anti, like less debilitation, less retrogression. Lagnes is not with the materialistic planet like Rahu and Venus. Mm. Then spiritual growth is possible in this life because we are assessing the this life parabdha. Hmm? Growth, not the goal. Goal is your liberation that you can see from different fashion. So I have made myself very clear that how spiritual growth is possible. Whether what is success, what is, don't get into that. Whether it is possible or not, it can be seen from the chart, or you will struggle with that. Also, I said the proposition. I took the example of Venus and Rahu. Hmm. Or if you see the placement of the Lagnes also. So, like Lagnes in the fourth house will be more towards this homely attachment and happiness. So, anti-spiritual to some extent. To some extent, other conditions you have to see, and you see these conditions both D1 and D9. Then you come to a conclusion. No need to go to see that Prabhajya Yoga. That is those yogi. Prabhajya Yoga, personally, I will say, it's said to be the last life of a person where planets should be exalted. Instead of clumping up in one place, it should be exalted. Like Lord Rama. If not last life, but kind of avatar. So if not like that, then the next life also it will become so. So this karmic ending. So that you can think while talking of liberation to some extent. But I am talking about the spirituality. Okay. So so-called spirituality, all the things are nothing like that. Spirituality means like this. It says you that you yourself is not different from the Almighty. You means your soul, I am saying. For the timing you take it as soul. And you feel the urge to get connected with that. Whichever dharma, other things you go, the same thing they're saying. And what will happen? First you try. It may take you 500 years to reach there, but first you try. And spiritual journey will never start from one lifetime. That is why I said you look at the Atmakaraka. Maybe, well, certain conditions. Suppose this is the first life you have started. Same thing. People say Jyotisha, other things. It takes many lifetimes. It's true. All the karma actually are segmented in that fashion, but spirituality specifically. One person, suppose you are saying that yes, I am quite attached to God. Don't think that you are doing it in this lifetime. You have completed many tasks. Others are struggling but not reaching there. Sir, I have been in this field for 20 years. That guy is only for 3 years, but he is excelling. He has spent 40 years in the last life. So, last life, revert this concept. You can very well get it from the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita too. So, there is no need to confuse. If that is not there, then nothing there. Yes, the essence of Sanatana is lost. Well, so let's end today's video. If Kala permits, Mahakala wants, then I will come. And if I stay alive with this body and mind, I will come up with another video soon. God bless you. For any queries and suggestions, please write to me on the chat box. If you like, please like and subscribe the channel. The technicalities are necessary for the YouTube. I forget to say all those things because I have never come prepared. If you dislike, I will be obliged if you can say me the reason of the this agony. That is better for my own improvement. So, Om Namah Shivaya.